Today, we are taking you on one of our all-time favourite walks in New Zealand, the legendary Hooker Valley Track. It is what I call the ultimate low-effort, high-reward trail. Just 10 kilometers return, super flat and absolutely stunning from start to finish. We have done this trek 3 times already, and honestly, it never gets old. The walk starts from Whitehorse Hill campsite and takes you across swing bridges, boardwalks and glacier-fed rivers, all leading up to the majestic Hooker Lake with Mount Cook standing tall in the background. Come early, like really early, and you might catch the lake perfectly still, with reflections so clear it looks photoshopped. And when the sun finally hits the peaks, wow, just wow. We also squeeze in 2 other trail tracks nearby, the Tasman Glacier View Track and the peaceful Tasman River Track. Honestly, this was the perfect rest day before we take on Mueller Hut tomorrow. Beautiful weather, amazing views. What more could we ask for? The Hooker Valley Track is what I would call the low efforts, high rewards kind of track. It was just 10 kilometers long and take about 3 hours return. The track is flat and easy to walk on, suitable for all ages, and easily accessed via the Whitehorse Hill campsite, which is one of the campsites on my list of campsites to stay in. It is also open all year round, even though it might be affected by winter conditions like ice and snow. However, do note that the track is now closed until autumn 2026, as the second bridge was impacted by riverbank erosion and a new bridge is now on the way. The Hooker Valley Track is definitely one of my favourite tracks in New Zealand, given its accessibility, how scenic it was especially at the end, and how easy it was to walk on. This is the 3rd time we are doing this trek already, and the photo from our previous visit was our desktop's wallpaper for a good 6 years until I changed mine to the one from our EBC and 3 passes trek last year. And maybe it's because we have been hiking a lot more in the recent years, this trek now felt a lot easier than when we did it 7 years ago. This trek was also super popular, so we suggest that you start as early as possible. Pack your breakfast or bring some snacks, and you can picnic at the Hooker Lake, which was at the end of the trek. If you arrive early enough, just before the sun shines on the lake, you will be able to see the mountains' reflections on the Hooker Lake and enjoy the peace and quiet of this beautiful place. And when the sun finally shines on the lake, it is like, wow, wow, stunning with the blue skies. Yes, even though this trek is super popular, we will still recommend this place to anyone who comes to Mount Cook National Park. Some people will do it as a day trip, so they drive in from outside and drive out at the end of the day because the accommodation in Mount Cook is rather expensive. However, I would suggest that you stay at least one night in Mount Cook just so that you could get a head start on the Hooker Valley Trek. Now, that's our advice if you want to do this trek when it reopens in 2026. Wow, so many cars! Really, the later it gets, the more crowded it becomes. We also did the Tasman Glacier View Track. Not a difficult one, just ascend 100 meters, which was about 300 steps. Also nearby, we checked out the Tasman River Track, which led us to the source of the Tasman River, where the river broke off from the lake. This was a nice and quiet place to chill because most people would just visit the Hooker Valley Track.
Shadow.
Oh, I think I hypothermia.
Beautiful day, beautiful weather for a rest and relax day before we hike up to Mueller Hut the next day. See you in the next episode. Dot has labelled this as an advanced tramping trek.